All right, so I'm back, and this time I'm immune. I'm vaccinated. So, new and improved. All right, so listen, we need to talk a little bit about our schedule. Today we will talk a little bit more about the fallacies. On Wednesday, we are going to do a review for exam 2, because exam 2, yeah, I saw some eyes perk up there. So exam 2 is 1 week from today. So today we're going to finish up the fallacies. Wednesday we're going to do an in-class review. Friday I'm unavailable with another academic commitment, so I'm going to provide some sort of exercise for you to work on during class time on your own. You don't have to be here. And then on Monday, exam 2, right here. So that's where we're at. Exam 2 is knocking on the door. I am also in communication with our student tutor, and I will be trying to get her to set up a tutor-led review. So for Wednesday, I want you to go over chapter 3 and the parts of chapter 4 we've covered, and I want you to bring any remaining questions that you want us to discuss on Wednesday for our review. Yes, ma'am.
So is exam 2 only going to go up to chapter 4.2?
That is correct. Excellent inference. Well done. All right. Well, so today we're going to start with one of my favorite exercises. We're going to watch some commercials together, and we're going to analyze these commercials in terms of the fallacies, because as you will see, and as you probably already know, most commercials are, not well argued that they're committing some sort of fallacy of some sort. So in my effort to do public service and to increase your sales resistance, we will go over some commercials and try to find spot the fallacy. All right, there we go. All right, let's, so we'll watch them one at a time. We'll discuss them afterwards. We'll pause after each one and discuss it, and we'll play Spot the Fallacy. So let's begin.
Look at you, so dashing. Come on. Nowadays, lots of people go by themselves.
No, they don't.
Hey, son. Have fun tonight.
Okay, so that is a commercial, of course, for Audi. So why should I buy an Audi, and what fallacy are we committing here? So according to the commercial, why should I buy an Audi?
Because Audis are for quote unquote brave people.
That's right. Either it's for brave people or it will make you braver. So what fallacy is that? Yeah, it looks like it kind of appealed to emotion. Well, what else might be going on here?
Bit of ambiguity, because it's sort of, presenting, Riri in a bit of a vague sense.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think that's so much what's going on here. It's not like there's multiple senses of bravery that's going on. I mean, you're right. There's facing danger, kissing the girl you like without consent. I'm not sure that's brave. That sounds foolish and like illegal, but okay. Yeah. So what else? Like you said, post hoc. Okay, how so?
Because suddenly he's back in the car and then he became much more brave and
Good. So the implication is, this guy wasn't brave enough to get a date for the prom, but now that he's in the cool car, now he's going to park in the principal's space and kiss the girl he likes, and not worry about it. So take it from a guy that drove an '86 Camaro for 5 years. Didn't make me any cooler. That's not how causation works. But yes, good use of the good identification of the false cause fallacy. One disturbing thing is a lot of these commercials are going to be for cars, which are super expensive. And when you see how little substance there are to these car commercials, it's like, yeah, let me spend $40,000 on an Audi because it showed some teenager getting braver because he was driving an Audi. I mean, that's sort of weakens my faith in human reason.
Hey there, Henderson family. I'm your Route 14. Your wish is my command.
Wish the spare tire was gone.
Really? Out of everything. Okay.
Oh, no,
I wish Anna could talk. Much better.
I wish your spare tire was gone.
Oh, I wish I could eat as much chocolate as they want.
Well, your chocolate levels are dangerously low. Gladys is going to start you on a chocolate IV, and here's some free samples.
I wish I was a princess. I want you to know that is my father's death. I wish I was an astronaut. I wish.
May I please have a turn?
I said infinite wishes.
I heard witches.
That's not my first wish.
Now, they're effective.
Is the dog related to Surrey?
Y'all do rap for. Toyota, let's go.
Okay. So we should buy a Toyota RAV4. Why and what are the fallacies committed? Why should we buy a RAV4 and what fallacies are going on here? Yes, sir.
Again, it's another post hoc thing.
Good. So there's a idea that there's certain sorts of causation. Your wishes will be fulfilled if you buy a RAV4. Okay, that's a post hoc, a false cause fallacy. What else? What else did we see here?
besides the point.
Yeah, what's besides the point there?
Well, like having a genie has nothing to do.
That's right. There's, you're not going to be able to be an astronaut. You're not going to be able to be a princess. Animals aren't going to begin to talk. I mean, an awful lot of the commercial is just besides the point. Now, actually, I will give this commercial a tiny bit of credit. It actually does show one or two things that actually were relevant, unlike the Audi, which was completely irrelevant, other than the fact that they showed the actual car, presumably. But so what in this commercial was actually relevant that they pointed out to you?
Getting rid of the spare tire.
Okay, they did that cool thing, moving the spare tire. And okay, I mean, it's not bad. Was there anything else? There was at least one other thing in there that was actually relevant to the actual vehicle.
Was it a serious accident?
That's right. Comes with the super cool Sirius satellite radio. Still probably not a great reason to buy a $40,000 RAV4, but still at least relevant. Unlike the infinite witches joke. It is actually something that you will actually get that if you buy the RAV4. Anything else? Okay. All right, let's do the next.
While spry and agile, The young gazelle is no match for the raw speed of the magnificent cheetah. However, outfit a human with a pair of sketches go around to running shoes, and you never know what might happen. Introducing Skechers Go Run 2 with first strike technology that designed for speed.
Okay, so Skechers designed for speed sneakers. What's the fallacy that's going on here? Yes, sir.
I'd say definitely with that, use of music at the beginning, there was kind of a
Good, good. Yeah, so a lot of these sort of have this indirect appeal to emotion. I mean, when we're just reading the arguments in the words, but you can get your emotions up with a good audio track as well. So there's some factor of that. What else is going on? Yes, ma'am. Good, good. Yeah, if you buy these super cool Skechers sneakers, are you gonna be able to outrun a cheetah? No, not unless it's like really old, wounded cheetah or something like that. No, I mean, the idea that these are going to make you run super fast. In fact, yes.
I think is there a bit of a relevance besides the point kind of thing? Because it sort of starts out like walking around like a cheetah and a gazelle, and then all of a sudden it just goes straight to you choose to make your own faster.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of, the story of, the cheetah chasing the gazelle is clearly not relevant to whether or not that you should buy the sneakers. They do kind of, so let me ask, does the commercial actually claim you will run faster if you buy these Skechers sneakers? Now, it does make the claim designed for speed. Now, a natural implication to make is, therefore, I will run faster if I buy them, but it doesn't actually say that. And that way they can say, well, yeah, we didn't say that you'd be able to run a 50-yard dash faster, but we did, take speed into consideration when they built them to protect them from lawsuits. So never assume a product is making a claim beyond what it actually states, even if it's something that's clearly implied. Because often that's the gimmick they're using. So for example, I literally had a friend who worked in advertising, like, super fancy Madison Avenue level advertising. And he quit that because he judged it to be dishonest at a certain point. And he told me the campaign that made him quit was he worked on the Racer's Edge campaign for like XTP motor oil treatments. And the reason he quit was because the way the campaign works is the normal viewer will assume that XTP makes your engine go faster or your car go faster, and it doesn't do that. Or it will make you think that racers use it in their engine while the race is going on, and they don't actually use it in their engine while the race is going on. They do so because there are parts in it after the race, the Racer's Edge. So, I mean, they make all sorts, so it's very normal in advertising to give you, use slogans and use visuals and such that will lead you to certain implications that they are legally not actually making and aren't actually true. All right, let's do some more.
Hi, may I answer any questions?
What the heck's the difference between all these songs? What's LTE? Is it contagious?
Which one fits my face? Can I use a dongle with this? Does it make you uncomfortable when I use the word dongle?
Are these noise canceling? What makes a smart TV so smart?
You don't make commission on anything?
Anything.
You wanna let your girl in? What's the cloud? Where is the cloud?
Are we in the cloud now? Will this one read 50 Shades of Grey to me in a sexy voice?
No.
Will you? Thank you, you've been very helpful. What?
No.
All right, so Best Buy. What are the fallacies committed in this Best Buy commercial?
Appeal to inappropriate authority.
Okay, good. We have an actress who plays Leslie Knope. I mean, I don't know her to be an expert on where I should buy my electronic devices. That's absolutely right. In fact, anytime you see a celebrity in a commercial, there's probably some degree of that going on. What else?
some of the questions, listening to that's being a whole is completely beside the point. So,
Yeah, a lot of that commercial is just besides the point. I mean, you know, because she's flirting with a cute, Best Buy employee guy. I mean, that's not really, you know, that doesn't give me a reason to want to go to Best Buy. And if I act that way with the employees at Best Buy, I'll get thrown out. So, you know, there's all, yeah, it's not relevant and misleading. Was there anything relevant in the commercial? There was actually one or two details that were relevant. They mentioned that the employees don't make a commission. So that might be, you know, a reason that the shop there. I mean, they're not going to try to sell you stuff for the sake of increasing their commission. So there's that. And most of the things that they showed, they do actually sell. So I suppose there's that. But, you know, it's probably not, you know, super relevant to our product there. All right, a few more things.
I hate Mondays.
Yeah, I'm the worst.
No worries, man. Everything will be alright. Yeah, man. Oh, don't fret me, brother. Sticky bun come soon. Yeah? Wicked copy, Mr. Jim. Julia, turn the frown the other way around. Hey, Dave, you're from Minnesota, right? Yes, I. The land of 10,000 lakes. The Gopher State.
So in conclusion, things are pretty dismal.
You know what this room needs? A smile. Who wanna come with I?
Traveling along, there's a song that we're singing. Oh, yeah, happy. You guys are 3 minutes late.
Don't be no clown on a sunny day.
Yeah, chill, Winston.
Sir?
Respect, boss man.
That's the power of German engineering.
Okay. So I should buy a Volkswagen. What policies were committed there? Yes, sir. Okay, good. So what are they claiming? Okay, so yeah, that's they made that sort of false cause claim. What's going on there? What else? Yeah, okay, how so?
Jamaican accent has absolutely nothing to do with car ability.
Yeah, if I buy this car, I'm not gonna start speaking in a Jamaican accent. I'm not gonna start being more laid back. My boss isn't gonna stop caring that I come in 15 minutes late for my lunch. So yeah. Anything else? You could also go for an appeal to emotion. I mean, associating your car with happiness. You know, that's a kind of appeal to emotion. Yeah, again, this one is one of the worst ones. I mean, there was nothing in there that was really relevant to whether or not I should buy the Volkswagen. Again, very disturbing that so many car commercials where you spend $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 on a vehicle on, you know, this is, it will make you happy. Tell me a few things about the vehicle.
Hey, man, how's it going? What's going on? What are you doing here? Samsung wants me to be in their new, the big commercial, next big thing, yeah.
They called me in for the next big thing.
Maybe in 1998, you were the next big.
Wow, I've never seen you this excited about something that isn't true.
You are not the next big
They
thing.
make people physically uncomfortable.
Look, man,
They gave me a phone.
I got one too.
Where'd you get that? They gave it to me because I'm the next big thing.
This makes no sense, man.
Are you sure that maybe you're not here to see a guy named Samsung?
That would make more sense.
Well, you know, let's find a favorable review to one of your movies. No results found. You know what's great about this? Is when you take a picture, you can draw on it, and I can actually retouch it, and I can make you look like you're still in your 40s.
Why don't you take that S pen and shove it?
All right, you're here.
Hi.
So you got the memo, you're working together.
Yeah.
I got the big room, come fill it with ideas. Samsung, the next big thing, YouTube.
Yeah.
Celebrity endorsements, very big, very big. You guys know anybody? Pitch me something. People love commercials with talking babies.
Yeah, those
Talking
great
babies. So we just use Seth in a diaper.
I don't wear a
You
diaper.
would wear a diaper for Samsung though, right?
I would wear a diaper for Samsung.
What else you got? Crowdsourcing, huh? I love it.
Put out on the internet that you want people to send you ideas when you don't have to think of an idea.
That might be good for this spot.
Bigger.
Space, we can send them into the galaxy with The Galaxy, but we don't train them. We just send them up there and we see what happens.
Go become an Asian rapper.
I don't think we can do that. We're not Asian. I'm an Asian rapper. I'm rapping, and then guess what?
That's me. I have LeBron James.
Hi, Ron. You in on Samsung?
Yeah, totally. Maybe I'll do a cameo on the tablet or something.
Man, that's incredible. You get LeBron James, you got the next big thing. You don't even need anybody else. That's right. You don't. Don't need anyone else.
I got it. I'm having breakfast with LeBron's kids. Why would you be the LeBron's kids? We're friends.
Okay, so what sort of policies are going on there? Why should we buy these Samsungs?
Right off the bat, appeal to inappropriate authority with literally every, way too many celebrities.
All right, way too many celebrities. I mean, you know, what is it, Seth Rogen? I mean, he's okay if you want to beat. Oh, I didn't even catch that the guy was from Breaking Bad yet. But yeah, I mean, you know, LeBron James is really good if you want a basketball lesson. Probably not really an expert on what forms of video communication you should specialize in. Okay, good. What else? Yeah, a lot of it's just banter besides the point, you know, just humor. I will say, if you watch this one closely, they actually did show them using a lot of the features of the phones. So I actually think there was more, you know, relevant tools, things like, you know, the phone had this cool way it opened up and it had its own stand, and you could like touch up photos on the phone. And I know that we're all used to Zoom and video conferencing now, but this was 2013, so that was a cool new thing at the time. So yeah, there's a lot of things in there that they actually did show features of the actual product. So, you know, perhaps not as guilty as some of the others, but yeah, they did kind of leave out the price. In fact, has anything that we've watched so far told you what things cost? Yeah, that's usually a big warning sign. All right, let's do a couple more. I don't know if we'll do all of them.
Good night, Mr. Goldblatt.
Here's nice.
All right, so Taco Bell. What fallacies are committed there? Whole lot of besides the point, yeah. Was there anything that was actually relevant? I think there was at least one thing that was relevant.
I mean, they ate the food.
Okay, so they had pictures of that at least resembled the actual Taco Bell food. So there's that. Anything else? Actually, although if you're that old, you probably shouldn't be eating Taco Bell. I mean, you know, it's probably not great for us at any age, but you know, once you're that old, if you have any sort of digestion issues at all, it's going to make things a lot worse. Anything else? Though? I think there's at least one other thing that was absolutely true in that Taco Bell is open late. It's open to like 2 a.m. And they show these people out late, you know, partying to all hours of the night, and then going to Taco Bell. Suspiciously late, so much so that even the local police might take an extra look at you because you're hanging out far too late. But yeah, a lot of besides the point, a lot of appeal to emotion, maybe even a little false cause. I'm pretty sure if you're a senior citizen, eating Taco Bell will not make you more likely to go to a rave or anything like that. All right, maybe one more.
The Bachelor is back. Streaming live on ABC
Okay.
TV.
So let's analyze The Bachelor is back.
Turn today's dreams into tomorrow.
I hate YouTube.
Turned around and then I turned around. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. But time makes older, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. And if you see my reflection, it's not covered in when the landslide brings me down.
All right, we should drink Budweiser, apparently. What fallacy is committed there? Emotional appeal, and just sort of besides the point. Budweiser has cool horses, therefore drink Budweiser. I mean, doesn't get me a chance to like hang out with the horses, and the horses don't make the beer taste better. In fact, when I'm drinking beer, I don't thinking about horses. I don't want to be thinking about the way horses smell or anything like that. Anything else? If that was a Ford commercial? I like it. All right. Well, have I beaten this to death? About 6 of you seem to be really into it, and about 20 of you seem to be like reading other things.
Have you ever seen those Jim Henson's old coffee commercials?
No. I mean, I must have, but I don't remember them.
Okay, really, basically, like, first off, you only have like 8 seconds to actually make 8-second time frame. And so you're like, coffee in 8 seconds, and each one follows a simple formula of appeal to force.
I like it. What kind of appeal to force?
Okay, so they had 2 characters, Wilkins and Watkins. Wilkins says, hey, why don't you drink coffee? Then Watkins says, I don't like the coffee. Wilkins immediately proceeds to kill or dismember Watkins in some kind of way.
Whoa, okay. Nice, little extra violence. Well, I think, what the truth is, a lot of commercials aren't actually trying to make an argument. What they're trying to do is be memorable, and memorable in a way that, you have positive associations with their product. Now, that succeeds at being memorable unless you're on the positive associations with the product. All right, I think we've beaten the commercials to death. But we've got some time left. Let's get back to 4.2b, and let's talk about a few of these. Why don't I start? I'll go through maybe about the first 10, and then I can just take requests after that. So number 1, 4.2b exercises. When are we going to guarantee all the people of this country the health care that they deserve? What fallacy is committed there? Yes, sir. No, actually, that is correct. That is a trick question. Here's what makes it a trick question. Either you say yes, and you give you concede the point that the person asking the question is trying to make, or you say no, and you say, yeah, I'm a jerk, and I'm not going to let people have the health care they deserve. So that is a classic complex question strategy. All right. But number 2. When are we going to understand that the government cannot afford to pay for universal health care? See, same fallacy, just used for the opposite viewpoint. So it's also the complex trick question. And what makes it the complex trick question is it embeds the claim it wants to make into the question in a way that either saying yes concedes the point that the person's trying to make, or saying no makes you look like either a complete jerk in the first case or completely irresponsible in the second case. All right, let's look at number 3. The professor's letter of recommendation said, I cannot praise this student's study habits too highly. What fallacy is going on there? Ambiguity. How so?
You better take it as, hey, this student is study or the reading?
Good. Either I cannot praise these student study habits too highly because the student is so great, no amount of praise would be adequate, or this student is so bad, I can't say much good about their study habits. So it's ambiguous. So again, when you get these, when you do on the test, people often get the ambiguity ones wrong. I encourage you, reread, both the words and the individual, the individual words and the whole thing to see, are there two ways to take this claim? Incidentally, this particular claim is from something that might be worth looking up. It's from something called the Lexicon of Intentionally Ambiguous Recommendations. And it has a whole list of phrases like this that have double meanings. I read it a long time ago. The only other one I remember is something like this. You'll be very lucky to get the student to work for you. Because either the student is such a great student, you'll be very lucky if they're working for you, or they're such a lazy student that you'll be very lucky if they ever do any work. And by the way, just in case you didn't catch the joke. All right, let's read some more. Number 4, no one has proven that humans are causing global warming, so we should assume that the heating of the earth has purely natural causes. Yes, sir. Yeah, it's appeal to ignorance. We don't know what the cause is, therefore let's assume what I want to assume about it. So that's great. Number 5 is easy. Christians are peaceful, Muslims are terrorists. That's obvious, straightforward stereotyping. Number 6, I never had problems with headaches before I studied logic, so studying logic must be the cause of my headaches. What do we have going on there? Post hoc. How so? Sure. I mean, maybe, but possibly other things that are going on. 7. This candidate's ideas are really scary. Don't they make you afraid? I fear what would happen to our country if this candidate were elected. What fallacy do we have there?
Opposition?
Not really opposition. Opposition requires us to talk about a group. There's no group we're opposed to there.
Appeal to emotion?
Good. Appeal to emotion. Why?
Because it's trying to bring along people's fear.
Yeah, it keeps using the word scary and implying things about fear and scared, but it doesn't actually tell you why you should be scared. It just says, just trying to, you can imagine the commercial with this, with the ominous music in the background. Ed Smith has scary ideas. Vote against Ed Smith. 8, Charles Darwin, who came up with the theory of evolution, presumably thought that his grandfather was a monkey. Which fallacy is this? Straw man. Why is it a straw man? It's even more extreme than that. That's not Charles Darwin's argument. It's not even close. There's no version of evolution that says your grandparent was a monkey. So it misrepresents Darwin's ideas and criticizes the view that he doesn't hold. 9, you asked me why I deposited the company funds in my personal bank account, but why are you so doubtful about my integrity? Don't you believe that we all need to be more trusting? Yeah, okay, there's a little homonym. I mean, he's calling you untrusting. What else? Yeah, there's a lot of, besides the point, it's like, this is all irrelevant. I mean, you don't put company funds in your personal account. I mean, this is not really relevant to the issue. 10, American military experts testified in the first decade of the 21st century that Iraq was developing weapons of mass destruction. So this must be true.
But it's sort of an inappropriate appeal to authority, but it's not really a correct form of.
I mean, it's hard to know who the correct authority would be for such things, but yeah, it seemed like a dubious authority, or turned out not to be correct. All right, 11. If all persons in a group work to maximize their individual self-interest, then the group is working effectively to maximize its own self-interest. That is classic part whole. That's exactly right. Very good. All right. Let's got another 10 minutes left. Are there any other ones you'd like to hear me talk about? Any other ones you want to explain? 20. Humans are hardwired so that at least for the most part they believe in God. So belief in God is rational. Yeah, this is a genetic fallacy. It says why you believe a belief, and then it comes to the conclusion that the belief must be true. But those are two different topics. And note, 21 commits the same exact fallacy. Humans are hardwired so that at least for the most part they believe in God. So belief in God is irrational. Again, a story about why you hold a belief and whether or not the belief is true are two different topics, and you should not confuse the two. All right, what else? So what's going on? Did you guys not do 4.2b? Yes. 12. The liberal elite media did it again. Those idiots are out to attack those of us who have solid pro-American values. Yeah, I'd say there's probably a couple things here. There's just sort of an outright ad hominem. There's some stereotyping. And probably some opposition. So, a couple things we could say. Well, the way it will be framed is choose the best fallacy or the most serious fallacy. In general, sometimes there's more than one that's relevant, but there's one that it's the paradigm of. So, for example, all ad hominem fallacies are also kind of beside the point. But if I give you one where it's the ad hominem fallacy where somebody's criticizing someone else's character, the correct answer is the ad hominem fallacy. So if it fits the paradigm very closely of one I've taught you, that's the one that you should run. Yes, ma'am. I would say appeal to emotion is definitely the better answer because there's a lot of emotions built in there. I mean, it doesn't actually say anything about the person's character. So ad hominem is usually about the character. That being said, ad hominem isn't a terrible answer, but this is closer to the paradigm of emotional appeal. So if you put ad hominem, you weren't. I wouldn't say that was completely incorrect. But I would say that appeal to emotion is a better answer. Yes, sir. 19?
Yeah.
You should vote for me because I will lower your taxes. I don't know. I don't feel emotional about that at all. No, I didn't say that's an emotional appeal. I'd say that's a pro-con. I mean, I will lower your taxes and I'll drive the country bankrupt. Or I'll lower your taxes and I'll start World War III. I mean, there's lots of potential cons that might be left out. But voting for someone because they lower your taxes, I mean, that's certainly connected. It's certainly one consideration a non-insane person might have for voting for someone. All right, well, black and white offers you two options. It says the other option is stupid, so you need to choose mine, no matter how dubious it is. So, so the pattern with black and white is, you know, you've only got two options. And when in reality, you've probably got more options than two. And usually the way black and white works is I'll choose my option, and then the other option will be something really out there, something that no sane person would appreciate.
Could the one about the Christians being peaceful and Muslims being
Violence or something.
yeah, would that be black and white too? Would that be?
Not necessarily, because black and white suggests two choices. It says choose one. This one choose either of them. It was just making claims about all members of the group. So, I mean, this was definitely the stereotype. I mean, and this was, of course, originally, Gensler wrote this book originally right in the middle of the war on terror, where, you know, lots of negative things about Islam were being thrown around, many of them exaggerated. 22. The second exam question asked me to describe Aristotle's approach to ethics, but since I didn't know anything about this, I instead described Plato's approach. Yeah, that's besides the point. I mean, you know, sometimes I say you've answered you've provided a great answer for a completely different question that I didn't ask. A really mean professor would give you a 0. I'll probably do that. 16. Everybody knows there ain't no gold in the Grand Canyon. That's an appeal to the crowd. Because you go from, you know, everybody believes something to must be true. Anything else? All right, well, look, we've got a review on Wednesday. You've got an exam coming up. Be ready. And, you know, look, we need to do well on this exam, right? All right. See you next time. Thank you very much.